Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. I am back. I'm in the middle of group number three. The lights and everything went off like mid sentence. The lights came back on briefly, they went off again, and the live was actually frozen for like an hour and a half. It still was in limbo status, saying that it was a live video. And so I could not record a new live video. So here I am back now, a little bit later, and we were in the middle of group number three. So, group number three, I will say that the power outage happened right in the middle of me talking about your reading, as I mentioned, and it felt like a bit of a sign again about your theme being overall some level of interference, whether it's self-imposed or it's imposed by this outside element or person. So it's very important to take a look at that as well, and really beginning to differentiate between what is an actual outside influence, meaning divine intervention or divine timing, and what is actually in your control. So there, it feels like there's this call to have a tally for that. Um, and I think that that's the theme of going into the Light Consciousness Expo, to talk with your guides about guiding you to someone who could help shed light on that, perhaps. All right. So what we're going to do now is just going to take one or two cards of Wild Offering. So let's see here what card wants to come up. We've got two. So Feelings and Forgiveness card comes up. So as far as the feelings card is concerned, it talks about emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine. And these cards always go into they always go into a declaration without letting you know it's going into a declaration, and I keep forgetting that. So here's your declaration. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they no longer hold me captive. Okay. So there's that, and it feels like this has to do with some of the energies that may cause certain levels of procrastination or moving off of focus, off topic and target. Okay, so the forgiveness card, healing comes from acceptance. And now here's your declaration. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing this alone will open me to the new. This particular card seems to pertain to those of you who actually are dealing with someone who was kind of hot and cold, that timeline. Seeing the situation for what it is, I'm also getting that some of you had sort of gotten this person was able to sort of come through because some of you, not all of you, but some of you are actually not truly at the end of the day really wanting to be in sort of a committed relationship arrangement, let's say, at this time. There's a part of you that sort of wants to be on your own. So this is why this person with this inconstant energy came in. Only it feels like there's something more to get clear about as far as wanting a relationship, feeling safe um, within, in order to be in one and continue in one that really serves your spirit. And you're just really asked to, more than ever, become in alignment. I can't say how many cards are here, talking about you actually aligning with the light, aligning with the divine, and just through your ancestors, through your entire spirit guide system. I'm hearing system for some reason, to really connect into that and to really continue on harnessing that energy and reactivating it, because there's a lot of work that you have to do, but also being in locked into these energies in all the right ways, um, to use that word locked in all the right ways, would actually begin to activate new opportunities for you and new opportunities and love for you as well. All right. So we're definitely looking to bring you into something, bring something new in. So let's take like one self-care card. Also got burning bowl ritual. I'm actually going to open the book on the burning bowl ritual for this time. And it talks about having a mantra saying, I surrender to the fire of transformation and allow light to guide the way. So these levels of sort of interference and these levels and energies, disruptive energies, let's say, or energies that end up disrupting your flow and schedule, um, is something that that mantra would begin to be attached or assigned to. So it talks about fire being a powerful tool for transmuting negative energies, letting go of older patterns and stories, and sending prayers out to the universe. So you can connect to this fire element to release what isn't serving you any longer and manifest your desires. So to begin to do that, it's saying it for you to ask yourself a few questions and write down the answers on individual pieces of paper. What old stories about you, people in your life, or the world do you want to let go of? What experiences have you lived through or conquered that require acknowledgement? What thought patterns, beliefs, experiences, or people do you want to let go of? What do you want to manifest? So then they're saying for you to next create just a safe fire to burn these pieces of paper in, of course, very fire safe, and then send your wishes off to the universe for a manifestation. And as these wishes burn away, just visualize them having been heard and tallied in to be reconciled, um, and realized as it applies. Okay. All right. So we are going to take an advice card in order to close this out. So actually, a few came out. Individuality is the first one, which says, I appreciate my own uniqueness. I am not like anyone else, and I love this about me. So the second one is, I am good. I acknowledge the good I have done in the world, the times I have shown heart, peace, and courage. This goodness is my truthful, frequent experience. I love my innate goodness. Very good. The other one, adventure time. I take myself somewhere wonderful each day, to a park with a special tree, to a cafe. I give myself adventures and explore the world I am blessed to be a part of. There definitely is something that it feels like you also really want to do, but you're really kind of stopping yourself from doing. And I feel like for some of you, it's actually travel and some form of skydiving for some of you. You're really encouraged, of course, with the right amount of research and safety precautions, if that applies, to your follow your instincts. Just follow your bliss. Okay. Okay, group number three. So it's unfortunate that we got stuck in the middle of the power outage near reading got kind of separated, let's say, but I do believe you got the messages that were meant to come through. And so I thank you. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. And please hit the like button as well. Would be super helpful if you felt that you were helped by this video. Okay. So thank you so very much. And I will see you the next time. Have a good one. Hi, group number 4. Here we are. Let's see what is your card. And it's guide. Fantastic. So you all are guided. You all are guided to really just show up in your power and be ready for this. This seems like a group of leaders at the actual expo. There's been a lot to do overall and in general, and even if you are one of the organizers there's been a lot that you've had to do. And some of you also could be traveling very far, but you are guided to actually make sure that you're giving yourself what you need, understanding that your body actually needs water for whatever kind of stages you'll be going through to commute there, and the type of energies you're going to have to hold. You are reminded to actually bring in a little more protection, shielding, and such as you do that. So a little bit more time on your prep ritual before um, going in and entering the place. A little more chakra alignment. I heard like misalignment there, so definitely some more alignment. You also have a couple of spirit guides who want to come in and be available as well. You are definitely guided to call in extra assistance in that way. And there's a little bit of protection for the head, actually. So you may want to take a look at that as well. Some of you are guided to wear some gemstone earrings, so that'll keep the head area clear of any kind of wonky or weird um, off kind of energies that definitely aren't yours. All right, so let's take a look and see what else is going on here. Well, you guys are really in tune, in alignment, in flow, and you just need to do the show. Wow, there definitely feels like there is some kind of shielding that should go on before entering in here, and also being very accountable for your energies multidimensionally as well. This would be the group to actually not take on too much meat during the weekend. And I'm actually going to take these in reverse. Yeah, so definitely I'm going to grab 2 more of these cards, but definitely not taking in anything extra, and really being able to keep high vibrational green foods, lots of chlorophyll, just lots of great salad and bitter greens would be super exciting cuisine. But definitely for your connection to the divine and being able to keep a high level of vibration, you have a huge amount of high level beings who will be entering into the space because of the work that you have done. And it's going to require a lot because of the energies that are currently milling around on the earth. It will be a lot of space for you to hold. So they are really counting on you to be 100% up to par with your body, being able to hold a lot more light than usual. So, again, live food, raw food, and meaning raw live food. So, vegetables, not really any meat. I mean, if you have to have meat, obviously, um, and maybe have it more like minced or just not a big thick hamburger or anything like that, nothing that's dense, but you can have a light bit of small bits of meat. Um, but I mean, preferably there would be no meat, fish at the least. Okay, so let me just see. Yeah, there's this whole theme about this particular group really not being in connection with the know-how. This would be the group that kind of has just a tad bit of imposter syndrome, as they call it. Like just feeling like you know what you're doing, but do you even have the right to kind of show other people? I mean, you all pull very high vibrational cards here, so you're already coming in with a guide energy, and you're coming in that you've done the work across lifetimes. Yes, and that's exactly what this particular card says. So you're guided to really recenter. And what I would say is there's something here about turning off television, other tarot readings, um, or other horoscope advices right now. I don't know why I just plurified the word advices. Wow. I always hear like people whose English is their second language, and a lot of people say advices, and it's so funny that I now end up using that word. So, in any case, there is this again. There is this thing about not trusting your path. So there should be a lot of work for this particular group to work ahead of time to recentering, recalibrating, and just recentering, realigning rather your just yourself with your belief system, a lot of connection with Mother Gaia and the higher realms, so that you can actually approach and come into this expo. I don't know why I hear the words very well tailored. I don't know what that's about, but very well tailored in order to be able to hold a lot of light um, for this, because the guides, higher guides do want to come in, but there's something about the process where you need to hold a lot of light in order for them to be able to enter, which makes sense to me. So there is turning off certain radio and TV and just really focusing, extra meditation, and also definitely high levels of um, shielding and protection around your field as well. So this really seems pretty straightforward. Let's take a couple of tarot cards here. I see. So a lot of you also may be channelers as well, or channels rather. And because the Light Consciousness Expo has really set the intention to hold a lot of light and higher light beings. There's the ability for you to channel a lot of high level information. And so the body kind of needs to be in a certain vibration in order to do that. So again, you are heavily reminded to drink not only water, but water that is really good quality water. Um, I tend to drink this water here, which tends to be pretty good. It has a high pH 9 plus, and it's alkaline ionized spring water. If you can test out certain waters, whichever one your body reacts to enjoy is usually the one that seems to do well. But actually getting water that is good water. Not definitely, I would say nothing that is filtered, but something that definitely is more from a spring would be ideal. I'm not an expert on water, so I just decided that I should just stop trying to give advice on that. There definitely is some channels that they would like for you to be able to open. I think some of you have had some fear of opening in the past as well, and it's worth it to kind of revisit that and see, like, if you don't want to allow space for these higher divine beings. There are divine beings who want to actually come in and speak through you, literally. Like, if you feel uncomfortable about that, maybe another way to actually have that process. I think a lot of you really are experiencing a lot of anxiety about being able to be a practitioner, to do this channeling and guide. I mean, this is definitely someone, the more this goes on, is someone who is actually has the ability to channel. And I think this sort of comes from childhood, from hearing a lot of different voices and also a lot of interference. You've always had a connection with the higher divine, but it also feels like you've had some kind of connection to France, um, medieval France, and Germany, maybe, and for some of you, China, for some reason, and Japan. And it's been overwhelming because you didn't know what was exactly going on. So it feels like some of that, sort of those experiences being a little bit traumatic, sort of have gotten you a little bit overwhelmed. And there's this call for you to begin to remember and go back to basics, which is really setting the parameters, as I was saying earlier in the interview today with Kathleen, is that just setting the parameters for who can actually be in your spiritual space, who can be associating themselves with you and be bringing themselves near you. And then in doing that and cultivating that on a daily basis through meditation, which they're saying a lot of you actually don't really like to do. Um, but meditation can be done in a number of different ways. And I would suggest looking up creative ways to do meditation while still maintaining focus and connection. And I'm sure you'll find something on YouTube to help you out with that. Um, Let's see here. That would be just jumping back to what I was saying before, just really focusing and aligning on a daily basis will begin to reconnect you, clear out the extra channels and the amount of interference that used to kind of come through. Um, it's funny because Kathleen was talking about this as well. Being open, very open and sensitive and able to pick up a lot. Also can mean without the proper amount of shielding or appropriate amount of shielding, other things and elements and energies can actually get involved and create an experience that you just really don't want necessarily. So you are guided to really believe that you can do this. You are guided to really make sure you're eating high vibrational foods, and to cut down on sugar wherever possible. Oh, that's an ask. um, and knowing that you can actually hold this space, but you're definitely called to do more of a meditation, to do more of a focused connection, because you will hurdle over the fears. It feels like some of you have a fear like, oh, what if I'm not connecting to a divine source? And so they're saying you will get rid of those fears by doing this. You'll be in more of a position to connect with divine beings. Setting your parameters, first of all, just setting your parameters will do the trick, but removing the actual worry um, is basically what they're speaking of here. So there are a lot of things that need to be said no to, um, as well, and that's just what they're talking about as well, setting actual parameters, allowing what comes in to be highest vibration, highest benevolence, highest integrity, divine. Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's some memories, there's some things, I think from childhood as well, that need to be cleared out, and that will require actually some work, some inner child work, and for you to create safety with that inner child. So that feels like it needs like a practitioner to work with you on that. But you do receive high level messages from these beings of light. Let's see. It's like you've kind of shut them out in a way. They're definitely calling for you to actually meditate. It feels like some of you with this hermit card as well actually spend or can isolate a lot, and they're saying this kind of isolation causes more of a rumination, I guess you could say, and they want you to do more energy management with them, like giving over difficult energies to them, activating healing, and activating focus in bringing these, creating a channel to bring these energies down, where they can speak into this realm, but through you either translating. But I do feel like they want to, for this particular group, kind of want to do more of coming into the body. It definitely really feels like you haven't listened a lot to your intuition, and you're well proven. You know, you've done the work. I just feel like maybe the one time maybe that you did something and you went into a realm and maybe just got a little overwhelmed there was because the universe is saying that you didn't do enough preparation, guidance and harnessing, grounding for sure before maneuvering, navigating those realms. And so it just kind of shut you down overall. But they're saying you can do it. You have the intuition to do this. You can maneuver in the dark, the shadow realms, and the high vibrational realms as well. So you just need to know that. So I'm going to go ahead and begin to grab an official advice card or two. Okay. So the first card here is time to change. So it says, I will be patient with myself. All that is worthwhile takes time to change, and I know I'm growing every day. I slow down, appreciate all that I have done, and I continue on my journey. So most important thing is that you're moving forward consistently, even if you need to take a moment for yourself, still continue in forward motion and don't allow any procrastination in or any kind of um, mental misguidance. Okay, so speaking of that, it says here, I cheer myself on. I am with me every step of the way. I take time to encourage and support myself. And if I falter, I will be there to help myself back up again. I can do this. Okay, super, super duper. I'm going to grab some self-care cards as well. And we shall see what they have to say. You also got the burning bowl ritual. It's like everyone got the burning bowl ritual except for, I think this actually goes over here, except for group number 2, I think it is. But the same cards come up in every way. So there's this disconnect here. This is also something we talked about in the interview today. So paying attention to your body, I would suggest for this group to do some form of yoga, some form of um, integrating mind, body, spirit. Usually yoga is one of the strongest ways to do that. I definitely also feel here with the pleasure card coming forward, creating awkward space for this reading, but um, there needs to be, or there's a call for some of you to have a balance between being in the higher chakras and then also as opposed to the lower chakras, and being in the higher realms as opposed to really kind of enjoying what life has to offer here in the earth realm, and knowing that there's a way to reach spiritual heights through those forms of pleasure as well. Literally clearing your energy field, nourishing your temple is great. So again, you are encouraged to actually really take a look at what is going on in your body, and maybe enter in almost any form of yoga depending on what your body can be aligned to as far as that's concerned, and really begin to exercise in that, reconnecting the body, the mind, and spirit together. The health checkup is definitely taking a tally of any fears that you have in this situation and really beginning to address that and take care of that with compassion. You are, it's so funny, you're encouraged to have alone time, even though you've had this hermit card. But I think what they're saying is to take time and really take time for yourself, for the desired things that you want to do in life, taking time to learn more about that, to actually take it in and enjoy it, and all those good things. And then finally, just really giving yourself just a tad bit of a break and watching an enjoyable movie um, would be great. So this weekend, going into Light Consciousness Expo, you are, whether officially or unofficially, um, being expected by really high levels of guides to really ground the energy of light there so that they may be able to traverse down to into that energy in order to help, I think, the whole space kind of thrive in really being connected with high level beings and really bringing forth those messages and energies that they have to offer all of us. So I think this is a fantastic reading. Please, if you felt helped, please feel free to hit the like button, and also do leave a comment. You are welcome to subscribe to the channel. My guides and I would be very happy to have you good folks. So I thank you so much. And I shall see you next time. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your night or morning or noon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Bye now.